So I was asked today to guide you through some exercises for your hip flexors. Many of us are dealing with tight hip flexors, especially right now. The less mobile we are, the tighter these become because we're sitting more often. So I'm going to give you a few stretches that you can do to help lengthen these muscles, also stretching the quadricep muscles. But one of the biggest, best things that you can do for tight hip flexors is walk. Go for walks. Strengthen the glutes and go for a walk, okay? If you are interested as well, I do have a free PDF about burning more calories, and that actually gives you information about going for walks and what you want to concentrate on when you are walking to help burn more calories, yes, but also begin working more of the muscles on your back side, so your glutes and hamstrings, and then also that foot push-off, which is so important, that big toe push-off. So, first exercise or stretch that we will do is a quadricep stretch. And one thing that I recommend is actually, so a lot of us will go here, and I've always done that as well, but have recently picked up how when we do this, we actually kind of torque our knee away from its natural movement pattern. So here we're going to go across. So if you need something to hold on to for balance, you can use a chair, a table, whatever. I'm going to use my foam roller. So I'm just going to grab, I like to grab my ankle because that keeps the mobility, the movement within my hip and not my foot. So I can create some extension here within my foot, but I'm not getting to this hip area. So I'm going to grab at the ankle and I'm going to push my hips forward, trying to squeeze my glutes a little bit. And I'm not pushing drastically forward. I'm not pushing my hips like this forward. I'm just thinking about pulling my knee back towards my other knee and squeezing that glute a little bit to feel the stretch along the quadricep. So that is the first stretch. The second stretch we're going to do is we're going to come down onto one knee. And what we're going to do, yet again, is we're going to push that hip forward just a little bit. Squeeze the glute, push the hip forward, and pay attention to where those hips are. So you're not opening your hip up, you're not tilting that pelvis, you're squeezing that glute, sitting here, holding here. And then I like to kind of push up and down, feeling that stretch within that inner thigh, inner hip flexors. Just going here and hold it here. So this is the second stretch. You can also reach your arm over. You might notice that stretch that will go more toward the outer side of the hip, pelvis area. And then you can also open up here, and that's just going to kind of push through the different muscles, stretching you. So instead of just concentrating on one muscle, we're working all throughout the hip flexors. And then we're going to go into a lizard pose. So from here, I'm going to drop my hands down. I'm going to push my hips down, bringing my leg back a little bit. I don't want my knee like pulling over my toe. I'm grabbing my knee and my ankle are in alignment. And I'm just sitting here. I like to pull my knee in towards my elbow. No, that would be shoulder. My knee is going to pull in towards my shoulder. And I'm holding it here, and I'm just letting letting my hips drop down, nice and easy, feeling that stretch. I'm not arching, I'm just relaxing into this. Trying to keep that knee tucked in, and then you can switch to the other side. I did not do the other side for the hip flexor or the quadricep stretch, so just make sure that you do both sides. From here, now we're going to drop down into pigeon. So, depending on your comfort level. So a lot of people bring their leg back here to go into pigeon. What I recommend, or the goal, I guess, of it, is actually to have that leg in line with the front of the mat. But for a lot of us, this is a lot of tension in the hip. This is really difficult to do. So if you can pull it back a little bit and work your way up, that's perfect. So what you're going to do is you can also set your leg here and then start walking this leg back to feel more of that stretch deep within the hips and the glutes. Might even feel, depending on the tension in the hamstring, you might feel it in the hamstrings as well. Hold it here. Make sure you're doing the other side as well. And then relax. And then the last exercise that I'm going to show you, or last stretch I'm going to show you, is the double pigeon. And this, here again, you're bringing that shin to the front of the mat. So it's going with the mat. A lot of people will pull their feet close to one another. That's not what we're doing. So again, we're making sure that we're creating the mobility within the hip. So this is in line with the front of the mat. We're going to bring our knee on top of the ankle. And here again, shin needs to be in alignment with the other shin. So I'm not going to pull my foot back here. I'm going to keep my ankle on the knee. My shins are in alignment. And I'm trying to gently let this knee drop towards the heel of the foot. Now, what I see a lot of people do is they want to mimic the movement they see. So if I know that my knee needs to get down here, I'm going to do this. Well, I've now created the mobility within my ankle. My ankle is creating this movement, not my hip. So keep that ankle straight, no break, what I call a break in the ankle. Keep that ankle straight and work on making the hip create that movement, dropping it down. And you might be really, really tight. Here's a great way to see where exactly you are tight. And it's okay. Just keep working on it, practicing. Move more throughout the day to help you get into these positions. And make sure to like and subscribe to my page. Also, if you have questions or you'd like to see more videos, if there's stretches or foam rolling you'd like to see, please leave a comment below so that I know what you're interested in seeing more of.